Oh my God, you guys, the craziest thing. I just remembered that the other day I thought about him. I thought about Mike, my ex-boyfriend that just died, and I thought about him. And I thought there's this guy that looked like him, and I never think that. I never, I don't think about him because it was so long ago. And then when I was filming, when I was talking to my mom on the phone, because I called my mom and talked to her about it, and my sister. And I saw a truck driving that was like his truck. And then just now, I was watching the video that I just did, and I was crying. And then I saw a guy riding by on a bike that looked just like him. And that's how he died. That he got hit when he was riding his bike. He was so healthy and cared about his eating healthy. Oh my God, he saved me. He saved my life. You guys, I'm getting so many downloads. Things are becoming clearer to me. Oh my God. I always thought that I was such a good person for him. I made him better. That he should be thankful and grateful for me. Because I was the prize. But it was reciprocal. He saved my life in the same way, in the same amount. It's reciprocal energy. I'm being called to talk about a lot of the stuff that how my relationship was with him. As I'm crying. God wants me to show myself at my most vulnerable moments. Like my first video when I was eating, and I wasn't thinking that I was going to be posting the video. And now, when I thought okay, I'll film it, but I don't know if I'm going to post this. Oh my God. God doesn't want me to think about the camera or what people are going to be thinking about me or any of that. I'm just so overwhelmed. It's hard for me to even talk right now. I'll just say what I'm hearing. When somebody dies, you realize how important they were to you. You see their heart and true intentions. You see what they gave you and provided you in your life, because you can reflect back on those moments. I'm just thinking that I'm so grateful that I let him know that I talked to him like this was about 15 years ago. Or 16 years ago. And we dated like, we started dating like 32 years ago. So that was a long time ago. Right out of high school. So the interesting thing that I was thinking about is that I wasn't really interested in him. But it's like the way that he approached me. I still kind of wasn't interested, but I remember when he called me on the phone to ask me out to the movies, I paused for a moment. I was going to say no automatically, like I would usually say to guys that I wasn't really interested in, because I had gone on so many dates. Because I was like over the dating thing. I was worn down, tired of dating. I didn't want to have any more dates. But I paused for a moment. Something stopped me from saying no. And then that made me think. And I listened to my intuition. And I said yes. And every time I had doubts, God told me yes. He told me yes. And even when nobody around me could understand why I was with him and talking bad or whatever, saying I'm too good for him, or like, what do I see in him, or like, I just knew that that it was good for me, that even though if we aren't going to be together forever, that was good for me. That I was meant to be with him for that time. And he brought so much joy to my life. Like, like, I can be happy today because I had that time with him. Because that time meant so much to me that he'll never, well, now he'll know. I was gonna say he'll never know, but he knows now. He knows how much he meant to me. And God knew. God put us together. Because I was thinking, like I almost said no. I almost said no. And I wasn't, like, attracted to him at first, like, because I had so many guy friends that he was, I don't know, like, his heart stood out to me, even though he didn't do anything, like, different. He did, though, like, I could read his soul through his eyes, and just the way that he would talk to me, like, I knew he was a good person. I knew he was sincere. I knew that he liked me a lot. And then, you guys, he didn't even graduate from high school. This was at the very end of high school, and I went to the grad night. And, oh my God, this is crazy. It was a very significant time. A very significant time, that grad night. I went with my friend, my girlfriend, and we were having fun, a really good time. And she was going to be going away to college, so it was like one of our last times, like, to hang out and have fun. And I was having a good time. I was happy. I didn't have a boyfriend or anything. I was over the dating thing. Had so many heartbreaks and disappointments. And he didn't graduate high school, but he hopped the fence. Oh my God, it was like this huge wall. It wasn't just a fence that I recall. It was like, it was like heroic. And all he did was come over and say hi to me. And then he just went back over the fence. Mike. Thank you for doing that. It made me feel like I was special. That this guy hopped over the fence just to see me. That he risked, like, getting in trouble or hurting himself for me. And then he found my number and he had the courage to call me And I'm like, how did you get my number? And he said it was in this like book. Like, I forgot they had a book of people's phone numbers in our high school. And so that's what made me say yes, because he went through all that effort. And I was so broken down. But I was strong because I had my ex-boyfriend calling me saying he wanted to get back together, and I'm like, no, you didn't treat me good. I was thinking I did that back to Mike, which he didn't deserve. So then that night, right after that, I turned to my friend Pam and I said, I think he likes me. And I was like trying to take in the moment. And like just expressing myself, like, I think he really likes me. And then my friend, like, my so-called friend, started like yelling at me in the grad night. We were outside because the fence thing was outside, and it was like contained, like the party went outside too. And she started yelling at me. I don't even know who was around or anything or who was listening. I was just like, I just knew that like this was bad. Like, why are you yelling at me? Like, that was crazy. She had never gotten mad at me or yelled at me before. And she was like, you think everybody likes you and nobody likes you. And I asked this, you said that you had like 10 guys ask you to the prom, and I asked this guy and I asked that guy and they said they didn't. And I was like, why would they admit that I didn't want to go with them? Why would they admit that? Like, why would I lie? I'm like, this guy just hopped over the fence and said hi to me, and then he went back over. He didn't say hi to anybody else. He didn't like... And that was another hurt that I had, because my so-called friend, God wants me to show you guys that when you value another person, you need to really think about their feelings and how they're gonna feel when you have something tough to tell them. Do it with kindness and reflect on their feelings. Take away your feelings from the moment. that you can't feel that hurt that the other person's going to feel. But you don't know how you're affecting somebody else's life. And you will feel bad when they're gone. You will feel bad. You will feel that karma on yourself throughout your days. When you feel lost and you feel lonely and you have nobody to turn to, and they're still there for you, and then you treat them like garbage. To make yourself feel better. I feel like I did that to him. I didn't understand. I didn't know what I was doing. I knew what I was doing was wrong, and I didn't understand why I was doing it. I didn't understand. God wants me to be publicly humiliated again, to respect and honor Mike Zarni, another earth angel. A pure-hearted, good soul who was mistreated. He was sent here to take the punches for others to evolve, just like me. But when you meet your match and you meet somebody has more integrity than you, or that has things that you don't have, or they lack in others that you are good at, you don't value what they have to give sometimes, until you don't even recognize it. Like, God won't even show it to you sometimes, because you're not meant to be. It's just a learning lesson. There's a reason why you broke up. Even if you love that person. I just had a feeling in my heart that now I'm thinking, like, that if I had this life with him, with the beautiful family and house and kids and life, that I would be so comfortable and loved that I would never want to leave him later in life. That I would never do my mission. That I couldn't break his heart like that. That I had to do it. I had to do it when it was done. And be cold-hearted and cut it off and let him know cold turkey. But then I came back as his friend, and I told him I loved him, and I told him how much he meant to me. And I did that a couple times after that in life. Just to show him, like, how much he meant to me. So I felt good that he knew how much I cared about him. And I'm just like I cannot even believe he's gone off this earth, that he died. I'm like not even soaking that in, even though I'm crying. It's about our relationship that was so long ago. I want him to know that he's like a superhero. That God's chosen ones are superheroes. That they take all the... I'm seeing like Superman where bullets are just going off of his chest, and he's fighting these crazy like monsters or aliens or beings, and he's taking all the abuse. So others can be safe and protected. Mike, you are a superhero to me. All of my ex-boyfriends. But him, I don't know. I just always had a sense that he didn't know how amazing he was. Like, he didn't have that confidence in himself. Like, I could see him, like, I can see through people, like, their best selves that they can't even see. And he wasn't living up to his greatest potential in life because he had a lack of confidence. But that was one of his strengths. It wasn't a weakness. So appreciate each other's weaknesses as strengths. But I know that the spiritual realm is real and that he's like in heaven. Or maybe a guardian angel on earth. That's what I just got. And there's a reason why people pass away. To protect others. There's more he can do in the spiritual world. That he doesn't have to suffer anymore. That he can be at peace. The other thing I got was that he has all the knowledge now. There was mysteries that that are solved now for him. Like, he doesn't have to worry or think about the stuff he used to think about. He doesn't have to be in pain. He doesn't have to suffer. His dad is in heaven. Like, he can be with his dad. He can be with... There was this mystery that really affected him when he was younger about his best friend's dad died in a boating accident, like fishing. And he just became missing. And he was like a second father to him. So it really affected him. And now he knows the answers. He has the answers. And he knows how I feel about him. And he has the answers to all of those questions. So he knows, like, I'm an earth angel. He knows that I have another calling, another mission, that it wasn't about him. He didn't do anything wrong. We just weren't a match. We just weren't meant to be together forever. That he got married and he had 2 kids. I don't know how that relationship was. I don't know anything about it. But I just would have hoped that he would have had more confidence, and I didn't see that. So that's what really hurts my heart. Is that if he was truly happy and in love and confident, I don't know. That's what, I don't know, I just feel bad. Like I ruined his life, or like I messed up his life. But you can't feel like that. You have to just believe that somebody else is going to take care of themselves. I just got a vision of Ariana Grande and Mac Miller. Like how much Ariana Grande loved him, but they just weren't like, I don't know anything about their relationship either, but I just got the vision of them. So I think that she couldn't be with him because he was having problems with drug abuse or something, because I think he died of drug abuse. Which Mike was so like healthy, like he helped me get healthy because I was really sick for a lot of my childhood and a lot of my teenage years. I was really sick. And he helped me, he showed me how to eat healthy. And we were like such a healthy, fit couple together. I'm going to show you guys some pictures of us because I just got those visions. We used to go rollerblading, like this one time we went for like a 10-mile ride, but it was through like from one city over to another city that was like 10 miles away. And we went through neighborhoods and everything. It wasn't like it was on a trail. So we had so many good times together. And I always wanted to make like magical memories. And we have magical memories together. And it was just that time spent together, that quality time. If we didn't have money, we didn't have anything. And I helped him. And I love myself for helping him. I love myself for guiding him. I love myself for choosing to be with him. So that is what life's about. Those are the things that you remember. Those are the things that you cherish. And I feel better about myself that I gave him the opportunity to get back with me, to be okay. That I felt like that he was strong enough, that he was okay, because he told me no. So that made me feel better. He told me no a few times. He told me no like a few times. And I wasn't like devastated. I didn't cry or anything. Like, I don't remember if I cried actually, but I didn't feel like, I was probably hurt and upset, but I understood. So it was okay, because I knew it was my decision and my choice. So we need to know that when people break up with us, that it's the same thing, like, that they can still really love you and care for you, but you're just not the person that they're destined to be with. They just know it. And it's not something that they can even understand. They don't even know why. And it's not because you were too nice or because you did this or that. It's not because of that. Everything's destined in this life to be the way it is. So when somebody's gone off this earth, you can mourn their loss. You can mourn the sadness of those around them that mourns their loss. But you don't know the higher purpose. You don't know what God has, what their relationship with God is, what their contract, what their soul contract on this earth was for, that they completed their mission, that they're in a better place and they're serving others. They're off to their next mission, or they're on a break. And just to love and appreciate people when they're with you, that it's temporary. Everything is temporary. I just did a video about that. Oh my God. I want to pray right now to Mike. And he had a twin brother. To his twin brother, whom he loved, and they were like almost identical. My dad's an identical twin too, and they like look similar. They both have blue eyes, and they look almost identical to their brother. You meant so much to my life. And I'm so glad that I gave you my heart and my soul for 5.5 years. And that all the little things are what matters in life. All those moments that we had together meant so much to me. And I don't ever want you to feel like I didn't love you or appreciate you. I'm thinking of the times when I used to sit on your lap and you would feed me bites of your apple. He would take a huge bite of the apple, and then it would be like this huge chunk of apple, and he would give it to me and I would eat it as I was sitting on his lap. And then Norbert, his dad, made really good dinner. Like, I would eat dinner with them, and then there's was it Chewy? The little Chihuahua dog. Would be there. Chippy? I don't remember. I don't remember the dog's name. It was so long ago. They would call me Nella because Norbert never heard of the name Aaron. So he said, "Is that short for something?" And he said Aaronella. Mike said Aaronella. And so right when we first met, so then he would, I don't know how that happened, but we were laughing about it, and then he introduced me to everybody as Nella. So nobody even really knew my name. They knew me as Nella. And I was the healthiest with him and the most fit, active person. And we didn't have gym memberships. We were just carefree. We didn't actually oh my God, I'm thinking of so many different things that I forgot about. He supported me in everything that I was doing. We did fit together so well, and I thought we didn't. He was loving and supportive of what I was doing. We worked together. We made a great team. I can't help but think that I got karma because I broke things off with him. I'm hearing no. It just wasn't meant to be. that you're right. He would have been devastated, like, if you had a family and kids and you broke up with him. You wouldn't have been able to. You wouldn't have been able to. Not it's not about his feelings at that point. It's you. You wouldn't have been able to do it. That it had to happen then. And I'm also getting another download that he was going to propose to me. That he was going to take me to Florida and propose to me. That he had already planned it out. I love you and respect you so much more now, and I see you like perfect. I see you as perfect, and you never deserved like what I did to you. But it had to happen. It had to happen. It had to happen this way, and it wasn't my fault, and it wasn't your fault. God wants you to know that, from my heart to yours, like my soul to yours. Okay. We look like Ken and Barbie. That's what we looked like. But it was a blonde Ken. Like, he had blonde hair, blue eyes. He looked just like me. But I had brown hair back then. I wasn't a blonde. And I'm hearing like maybe I dyed my hair blonde so I could look more like him. To keep that with me. I loved his family. I loved his friends. I loved his dad. I didn't really know his mom very well. Because she divorced his dad right before I came, or right at that time. So that was a gift from God. I was a gift from God to their family to help them through those tough times. And he could like lean on me, and I knew that. Intuitively, I knew that. I knew that he needed me. And he's helping me with my mission right now to understand death and life and relationships and love and that he's sitting back on cloud 9 right now. He's relaxing with his dog and his dad and his his friend's dad that mysteriously disappeared, and he's enjoying himself. He doesn't have to worry about money or anything. He doesn't have to worry. He doesn't have to live in this crazy, messed up world. I'm getting that he's worried about his kids, but he can be there with his kids more now. He can be there through every moment with them. Whenever they want him there, he can be there with them. And he can guide them, and he can protect them, and he can make their lives better. Because that's what a guardian angel does. Don't think that your loved ones just go away. Their spirit is there with you. That he can help me, and he can help his kids, and he can help his wife, and he can be wherever. He has freedom. He can fly. He can be wherever he wants, whenever he wants. He can travel. He can travel. He doesn't need money. That none of his worries mean anything anymore. That he would have rather just appreciate his life when he had it on earth and not worry about stuff that doesn't matter. Like, who cares if people look at you? Who cares what they think about you? All that matters is what you think about you. You're projecting that onto other people. I wish he would have shared photos of himself being happy and with his family, and just like, so I could see that he was happy. That would have made my heart happy to see him happy. I'm sorry. I don't look very happy right now. But I am. I'm happy. I'm happy with my choices. I'm happy with my decisions. I'm happy with my purpose. And the best is yet to come.